What's up, nerds? Welcome to the DNA Network. This is my personal vlog here on the DNA Network. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about fantastic beasts and where to find them. I just saw it with my wife last week, and I want to talk a little bit about it and how different it is from what we know from the Wizarding World universe, as it's now called, the Harry Potter universe. So, as a fan of the Harry Potter universe, I do like the movies a lot and I love the books. But I want to talk about this new movie in the franchise, this Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This is going to be a new 5-movie saga that Warner Brothers is putting out. J.K. Rowling's first screenplay. I just want to say that the movie was okay. It was just okay. I didn't really know what to expect. It was better than I thought it was going to be, honestly. I went in kind of thinking Warner Brothers has this very, very popular license that making theme parks and books and games and movies and stuff out of this one very popular license. And, I went in thinking, okay, well, this franchise is popular. They're going in for a cash grab. They want to make money off this franchise as long as they can, because that's how business works. They don't always see things the way that fans do, where some of these things are sacred and you can't do anything with them. Similar to what, Disney is doing with Star Wars. I think that it was better than I expected it to be, but at the same time, I felt like it didn't really fit. This movie takes place in the 1920s and it takes place in New York City, which I think is the first thing that kind of threw me off. This is the first time that this series has come to America, and it's the first time that this series is kind of set in a real world place. Because the Harry Potter movies, they take place at Hogwarts, which is a fantastical land. They take some liberties, and they show how this area of the world is fantasy and not exactly a real place. So that was kind of a big change in terms of what these movies do. This was set in a real New York. It follows Eddie Redmayne's character, Newt Scamander, and he meets a lot of people along the way, and there's this new big bad. Grindelwald is the new big bad, and this kind of sets up that story while kind of explaining who these new characters are. And I just feel like some of the things that they did, I don't think they kind of went into the whole American side of magic very well. I don't think they explained a lot of things very well in terms of how the magic works in America. I know that they try to incorporate the Salem witch stuff into this, which was a cool in concept, because that plays a very big part in American history, but at the same time, they didn't do a very good job of fleshing it out. So, there's some cool concepts in this movie. There's some cool new creatures and stuff that they go into. That was another thing that kind of bothered me, though, was like the animation in Harry Potter was so good. When you saw a creature or something, they did a way better job of like showing you how like it just felt more real than these creatures kind of felt like the way I always compare it to, like, when you look at a movie like The Jungle Book, where Disney took such a big risk of doing all CGI and all those animals look so real. They're some of the most real animals I've ever seen in CGI. Whereas you look at another movie like BFG or Alice in Wonderland, and you see how bad that CGI is. You just look at it and you're like, ugh. And that's kind of the feeling how I got comparing this movie to the original Harry Potter movies. So that animation really bugged me. But overall, it was a decent movie. I think it's setting up something bigger. What does worry me, however, is that the director did come out and say that not all the Fantastic Beasts movies are going to revolve around Newt Scamander, which is, if you're setting up this world and you want us to fall in love with the character, don't you think you want the whole saga to revolve around one group of people instead of like the bad guy? That's just my take. I think that they should all revolve around the same group of characters and continually add new characters. Like, I know they want to add Dumbledore, which will be probably in the next movie. I think that would be a good way to tie these movies in. without forcing things in, because you know this history is there. If you go to read the Pottermore stuff, if you read the stuff online, like that history is there. There's some big deleted scenes that I read up on later that really would have made the movie better. I think Warner Brothers has been on a trend lately where like they take out scenes that they think won't make the movie better, and then they come out and make the movie a little bit better. Maybe not a whole lot better, but they explain a lot of stuff. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get an ultimate edition of this movie on Blu-ray, similar to the DC movies. So that's just my thoughts on that movie. Maybe you know, the next movie, once all these movies are out and you can finally see how they tie into each other, I think it's going to be interesting to see if people rally around these new characters, similar to how they did Hermione and Ron and Harry. So I do want to see where the series goes. I'm not like hating on the movie or anything. It was a good movie. I think it could have been a little bit better, but at the same time, it is part of a bigger thing, and I want to see the rest of these before, you know, I make a final decision. You know, this next movie is going to be out in 2 years, and you know, we'll see what happens. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and until next time, love you.